So today I'll help you to set up the lab using VMs, virtual machines, and WSLs in your laptop only. Okay, so how do we set up these labs? So first of all, what is VM? So anyone have idea what is VM?
A virtual machine.
Yeah, virtual machine, that stand for. So what
Um,
happened? Let me create a simple flow. We'll spend little less time on the VMs technology because pretty old one. So what we have, understand this way. Here we have hardware, okay, and then here we have kernel. So this is the kernel. Kernel is kind of you can say operating system also, because every operating system you will have kernel. Now on top of kernel we installed one kind of software. Which kind of software? This software we call it hypervisor. Okay, hypervisor. Now I want to show you the list of hypervisor. Let's say list of hypervisors DevOps school. So here you see all the hypervisor you will have, top 5. Okay, see here. Let me close few things. So many things is open in my laptop. Here. So look at this. There's so many hypervisors are there. You can search for here also multiple. You will get multiple tools. So these are the hypervisors. Okay. Here also, if you go and Google list of hypervisors, here you see these are the hypervisors are available. So here you have hypervisor, and these hypervisors will help you to create a VM. So what we do, hypervisors create a VM. This is the VM 1 virtual machines, virtual machine 2, virtual machine 3. And now virtual machines will have their own OS also. Mind it, they'll have their own OS. Okay, and inside that, this OS can be Linux, this can be Windows, this can be Mac also. So that is how you can create a virtual machines. So in the one machine, let's say this kernel is Windows, you got Linux also, Windows also, and Mac also. Everything you got it in your machines. Are you understanding, all of you?
yes.
So which hypervisor we will use for this training? So if you are working for the organizations, if you want, see, there's a hell lot of hypervisor. You can see that here. But for laptop, two hypervisor are mostly used. One is VMware, which is you see VMware workstation. Somewhere it should be there. Uh,
Is there a little down in the middle? VMware Fusion.
this is a VMware Fusion.
Oh, okay.
I need a VMware workstation, which is not listed here, by the way. So Fusion is a little advanced actually. Okay,
Oh, okay.
so VMware workstation is the one, but um, nowadays this is the one. Okay, see here, VMware workstation. VMware has a multiple product for that. They are living on this only. Microsoft also Hyper-V is there, which is you can enable it, but I would suggest to go for Oracle VirtualBox, very stable software. I mean, all are stable, but very popular software. So Oracle VirtualBox. So you download this one, see here, and the latest version you say click on it. It's open source minded, so no problem. So here you have Windows package. You can install on the Mac also, and if your base is Linux, you can install it. So all these things. Solaris also is there. So for time being, you will install the Windows. See here, I am installing, so I'll cancel it. So you will get the exe file. Okay, just like this. I cancel this. You'll get exe file. How to install exe? I don't think so. I have to teach you. Next, 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 and work is done. So that is you do that. So in your laptop, this is your laptop. You install hypervisor. So which hypervisor? VirtualBox. VirtualBox. Now I'll open up. Mine is installed here. Okay, here it is. So which version I'm having it? I installed long back 6.1. That's none more than needed. So so far so good, all of you.
One question. So you said mostly two hyper versions will be used, right? One is by Oracle VirtualBox, and the other one is VMware. But you also said about Microsoft. So so my understanding is either we can use Oracle VirtualBox or the general VMware, right? Am I
See,
correct?
anything you can use it. Hyper-V also get you the same thing.
Hmm.
VirtualBox also get you the same thing. VMware Workstation also get you the same thing. The only
Yeah,
thing is Oracle VirtualBox is a paid one. Oh, sorry, free one.
free.
Okay.
Okay.
And let's say some of you are using Windows on this version. What do you say? Cracked version. Then if you try to enable this feature, your Windows will be locked. So that's the
Oh,
reason
okay.
I'm not asking, because in India we have most of you are using cracked version in laptop only, right? So
Right.
likewise. So that's the reason
But
I'm saying go for VirtualBox.
but it doesn't depend on the type of DevOps tool that we use, right? For example, we have Microsoft Azure. It doesn't mean that for Microsoft Azure we have to use Microsoft Hyper-V, or for Google GCP we have to use something else. It's not like that, right?
Wait. See, what is VM? Understand this.
Hmm.
VM. So VM means virtual machine. Virtual machine means virtual laptop, you can say in simple way.
Right.
Okay. So virtual machines created by hypervisor. Correct now?
Right.
Avoid the spelling mistakes. So created by hypervisor. Now this higher hypervisor I was showing you. So now this hypervisor, where to create? You will ask where to create. Where to? So this you can create in laptop. Okay, and this
Yeah.
you can get it at cloud. Create at cloud. So laptop I was discussing with you right now. When I say cloud, AWS cloud, Azure cloud, options many are there. GC cloud. There also you create a virtual machines only.
Hmm.
AWS also create a virtual machines. Azure also will go and create a virtual machines. Google Cloud, you'll go and create a virtual machines. So in your laptop also you'll create a virtual machines. AWS also you create a virtual machines. Azure also you create a virtual machine. So these are the large places where you can create n number of virtual machines. For example, in laptop you cannot create more than 2 or 3, but in a cloud you can create hundreds of it. Again, in laptop, it is a free resources. Cloud will become a paid resources. So everywhere you create a virtual machines. So Azure, you said Azure. Azure also they are powered by some of this software, and they are providing you UI instead of getting this one. This one they will provide you UI for it. Getting my points?
Yes. I got it. Yeah. Clear.
Yeah. So, in simple way, many people say, "Hey, why don't you do on cloud?" Cloud means what? Again, you will create a virtual machine, do the same thing which you do in the VM, which you do in the laptop. So, my suggestion, understand this way: if you want to learn any tools, okay, save cost and do it on a local machines, okay, tools, because it's the same. But if you want to learn cloud, let's say you want to learn AWS, you want to learn Azure, then be on Azure or AWS. Getting your points?
Yes.
So I'm teaching you right now smallest one cloud, smallest cloud which you can set it up in your laptop, but also I'll teach you AWS which is on cloud. Okay. Okay, so now this is something we will create it. So here we install the hypervisor, just simple next, do that stuff. Okay, so now what we need. So here you need a OS image. See, think always in simple. When you install any OS, you need OS image, right? Like say if you want to install operating system in your laptop, you install CDs, right? All this thing you need it, correct now?
Right.
So these are the stuff. So where do we get this OS image? So you have to get it OS image from the internet. How do we get it? So let's say we will try running all of our environment in Ubuntu 20. Okay. So download Ubuntu, download 20 version. Okay. 22 is also there, but I'll go for 20 here. So this is the 22. Let's say some of you say, no, Rajesh, I want CentOS. CentOS 7 download as like this. You put it up and download that from the mirror list. See here, these are the, this is your our architecture is x60 8664. Don't go for ARM. ARM is for mobile, and these are the different architecture. Okay, so download the image. Now in image also you see desktop image is there, okay, and server image is there. So which one you will download? So I'll go for server image. So what is the difference between server image and desktop image? So desktop image you will have a like a UI, just like Windows has a UI, right? Like that, likewise Ubuntu will have a UI. But I want you to work with the server. Why? Because DevOps engineer, you, we are learning and trying to become a DevOps engineer. You cannot, I mean, you have to get rid of UI habit actually, simply. Okay. So I have started downloading it. The reason I am downloading it because I did not have the image for that. So I'm downloading it. I was having it, but I'm having some space issues in this laptop. So somehow I have to manage it. Okay, so just let's wait for it. Let me pause the recording.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so now you see it got downloaded in my download folder almost. Done. So now what I'm going to do here, anyways, don't worry about the steps. I will share the documents also and recordings also with it. So here you have to create a VM. So create a VM machine new. Okay. Now here you are creating Ubuntu. So Ubuntu 1. Now where you want to store it, this directory also you want to decide. By default, it is coming this one under the user home. If you want to customize it, you can do that. Right now, I don't need it. And type automatically selected Linux here because I type Ubuntu. And here version 64-bit. Don't go for 32-bit. Automatically version 60. Here, if you have a Red Hat or some other stuff, you can select accordingly. Next. Now, what is the memory size which you are trying to give it? So I'm trying to give it 4 GB. Okay. So I am in my laptop, I am having 16 GB. So I'm giving 4 GB. And next. And here hard disk, create a virtual hard disk now of 10 GB recommended. And what is the type of disk? So here you have a three type: VDI, VHD, and VMDK. Now these are the virtual disk, basically different types. I would suggest you task for you, find out the difference between VDI, VHD, and VMDK, and write a one notes on debug school. So that will be good for you. Next, you want the storage to be dynamically one time or dynamically. So dynamically is okay. next. Here you have to specify the size, so 10 GB is okay for me right now, but if sometime you want to increase that, so you can do that more than 10 GB also, and create. So this VM you have created right now. I repeat, you have created a VM, you have to install the operating system into that. So far so good, all of you?
Yes.
So likewise, you can create a multiple VM. If you have a good configuration laptop, you can create a multiple VMs for it. Okay, so now what to do? So I'll go in a little bit settings, I'll change it. So here settings, which includes, I will see that system memory. Here you see processors, I'll give it two processors. Motherboard, you just play around with it. 4 GB is okay for RAM. Processors I assigned 2 because by default it was 1, and good to go. Save it. Now I'll go and again setting, and here now I will load the disk, I mean ISO image. So where do you load it? Storage, and in the storage under controller ID you will have empty here. Okay, be careful, follow the same thing. Click on the empty, and the right side you see there's one disk icon. Click here, and here you have to choose a disk file or choose and create a disk file. So I want to create choose a disk file because I have ISO image already, so which is got downloaded in the here download folder. Done, and click OK. That's all. Now this VM I configure it, and now I can start or stop or pause all these things you have it here. You can do that. So start, and now operating system will installations will get started. So did you understand that, all of you? Okay, so now here when you are here, this is the console. Mind it, there's some pop-up, you get it, you can close this. Mind it, when you click on this black console which you can see on the screen, you will lose the cursor. You see cursor is disappeared. How do we get it? So can you look at the clock place, the extreme downside right, the place where we have a clock? Above that there is a there is one text written. Can you read out for me? Above the clock.
Right control.
So if you want to release your mouse, because the mouse is active in that window. So if you want to release the mouse, in your keyboard right side, press control, you will release. Again, see, I got it. Again, I clicked. Again, I here pressed, released it. So likewise, just to remember, else you'll get a frustration. Now it will take some time to start this installations, and accordingly we'll see the stuff. So let me pause the recording.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so this VM got stuck not because of any problem, but resource issues. CPU issues must be there, something like that. Error will come after 15 minutes, but I'm not waiting for it. Power off, and I'm going for a little bit lightweight. So what I'll do, I have some space issues, so I'll delete this VM, remove all files. Same thing I'll do, create new VM, CentOS. Okay, next, 4 GB RAM, same configuration, same thing, nothing new. Done. And 8 GB RAM is 8 GB disk is sufficient. Same process, I'll go for here and improve that one CPU 1 to 2, and that should be okay. And then again setting, load the disk under storage empty, and here I downloaded CentOS 7. It's a minimal version, 1 GB. Done, and start. Same thing. Now I know that CentOS consume little bit lesser CPU, so it should be doing the faster. Okay, so see, install the CentOS has come. Click on this, Now CentOS will be installed. So it will take 10 to 15 minutes to get it installed. So all of you understood that overall, how do we get the VMs? Any questions so
Yes.
far?
So when we choose CentOS, right, by default for the operating system, I mean, should be Red Hat, and for Ubuntu, it should be Linux, right? That's what I
No,
saw.
try with Ubuntu. I could not proceed further because of the problems of CPU, and but try with Ubuntu. Okay,
Ubuntu and
if
Linux. Linux is the combination.
Ubuntu is Linux only, right? Ubuntu
Yes, yes, right, right.
20. Try 20
Hmm.
because 22, if you try, you require more CPU. So that
Okay.
is the thing.
But Ubuntu to download the file, you said, is the file occupies 4 GB or?
No, 4 GB RAM I gave it, and
Oh, okay,
8 GB here. If you go and see system processors 2, and here RAM 4 GB, storage. Storage is 8 GB here. This is the
got
built-in
it.
storage, and this I'm loading the boot device ISO image.
Okay.
Strange, why it's not coming. Okay, so this will take 15 to 20 minutes, and you have to be wise a little bit. Uh, Mouse you cannot use in this. Okay, mouse you cannot. Why this is hung actually? There's some other issues, I guess. Yeah. So few things you have to do it. One thing is just remember that end of this VM installations, you'll be asked to set up change your username. Okay, change your username. So how do we do that? So that is a question. So you will be prompted for setting up the username, and you can set your username, password, and all kind of things. So it will be prompting actually. It is a regular installation of OS. One thing which I want to tell you, this VM by default, you will have a network setting. If you go setting, NAT, go to the NAT. Here you see, by default we'll have a NAT. This is important because most of you, what will happen? This VM will be set up, and you will say my VM is running, but I'm not able to access the IP address through that. Okay, so how do we do that? So you have to modify this VM NAT to bridge. Here, bridge. So what is a bridge? Let me explain it to you. So here this is your laptop. Okay, and this is your home. Understand this. And home has a Wi-Fi. This is Wi-Fi. So this laptop is connected to Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi router. Correct now? Correct now?
Yes.
So now we have a VM inside this laptop, one VM and two VM. And this two VM managed by your hypervisor, which is in our case Oracle VirtualBox. So what happens in real time? NAT means they create your own network actually. That means if you're trying to access from here to this machine, you cannot do that. Why? Because this is a different network, and your home is a different network, Wi-Fi. So that is a NAT, private network it is created. So what we will do, when you select the VM bridge mode, then bridge mode get the IP address from your Wi-Fi router. So that is the reason you will be able to connect this machine, because you will be in the same network. This network and this network will be same, right? So you'll be able to connect it. So this is a very important one. You have to uh, understand this. Why is stuck actually? Not sure. Let me. I see there's a both VM is getting stuck. Usually it should start immediately. So let me. Probably if I reboot my machine, it should be okay. But I don't want to do that. Okay, so this wizard next and VM will be installed. That's not a problem. But network, you please remember that. I thought it will take little bit less CPU. Maybe it's required some restart or something. Uh, CPU and RAM is there. Should come. Okay, so that is the stuff. So you remember that it's in recording I put it here. So you have to change that setting to bridge mode after installations. Okay, that is important. So you can change it anytime while running also, that is possible. And but CPU and RAM you cannot change it. Why? Because while running the VM you have to shut down the VM and then you can change this storage also, all this thing. Okay, so let it happen this one in the background. I will not disturb. Let it take whatever it is. Now next thing, so this is the one of the way to create a VM. Second way is WSL. So now next question is, what is WSL? Here, second way to create your own lab environment using WSL. Nowadays I see people are using WSL lot than VirtualBox. Means developers. Okay, so what is WSL? So and this WSL is only for Microsoft. Okay, so Microsoft operating system. Here what has happened? What has happened? Linux file system and Windows file systems are different, correct? All of you? All of
Yes.
you?
Yes.
Yeah. So what you can do, means you install the WSL. What is WSL? So WSL is a kind of, it will create a kind of VM environment. Understand that? In which, being in Windows, you can have a Linux file system. Look at this here, this image. Let me snip it. Okay. So here, this is your Windows. This is a Windows machine, and here you have a WSL file system, and here this is a file system will be having Linux. You see here, Linux. Now, Linux file system, which you can use in your, you know, Visual Code also. I'll tell you how can you use it. Okay, so you can use this one in the Visual Code. So WSL is a kind of one software which will allow you to create environment of Linux in Windows. Okay, and that will be kind of virtual environment again, and WSLs create it in their own way to get you the Linux experience in Windows. So for that, what to do? I want Linux in Windows without VirtualBox. So what to do? So first thing, you have to install the WSL. Okay, so you go here and here you say install WSL. It will take you to the Microsoft website and you'll have to install it. Okay, see here. This command will install it. By the way, I have a tutorial I'll share with you a little later. So this command, mind it, you have to run as administrator. So here you have command and right click and run as administrator. Yes, and PowerShell also you can run the same thing here. See here, PowerShell or command, both you can run it and run this command WSL install. I would suggest you this, if you have a generic OS, then try, it will be good. So run this command and this will install WSL. Okay, it will ask you one or two prompt and then it will install the WSL. That should be not a problem. Okay, there are few commands are there to try it out. So I have installed it WSL already. Here you see, this is the WSL. Okay, it's a command line based tool. So you can use this executable running, so you can use this command to work with a WSL. So for example, if you want to know anything, for example, see here, see here, this is the WSL. Okay, and command line enter. So see, these are the VMs I'm having. I need to clean it up actually. Okay, so this is the stuff. So first you have to install the WSL. So far so good, all of you?
Yes.
All of you? Okay, now what you have to do, you have to install the VM. So this is just like a virtual box software. After that, you have to install the VM. How do we get it? So for this, you have to go to the Microsoft Store. Microsoft Store. There's no other way. Okay, because that they have hosted in the Microsoft Store. So here, and now type WSL here. And if you see that WSL, see multiple WSLs you have got it. Ubuntu WSL's VM image. This is a 22 Debian 20. This one I was trying to install it in the VirtualBox. Let me check what is the status. Is hide. It got stuck. No region. I mean clueless because without error. And here you have WSL Fedora and many WSLs. You'll get it. So which one we are targeting? We are targeting the Ubuntu. So what you will do, I have already installed it, Ubuntu. So you click here and then click install. Okay, I've installed it already. Why? Let me show you, because this I'm showing you the website, right? Store you have in the Windows also. Store. See here. And here if I search Microsoft Store, and here if I search WSL, and see here, this one I installed it. Okay, open up. So this you have to install it. Okay, just like a app. So far so good, all of you?
Yes.
Okay, so now what I'll do, because this is not responding and I don't want keep waiting, but for you, if you have an infrastructure, you will not get stuck. I have some problem with my machine, I guess. So let me remove it because I have a limited storage. Delete all files. Done. So now I'm going to run my Ubuntu. So after, first you have to do this one. Okay, first you have to do this one, and then go to, after installations, through store, type Ubuntu. See here, this is Ubuntu. Now I have already installed, so immediately it prompted it up. See here. Now this is a root at the rate of my desktop. So enjoy. So these are all my old files are there. I usually I use it for any quick development and all. So likewise, you can install multiple VMs, WSL file system, and use it. Now here you can do whatever you want to do in Linux. For example, see all these processes I'm running and so on. So any software you can install it just like this. Okay, this. Now if you want to access this one through Linux putty and all, okay, so how do we do that? So you have to do this using get IP address. Here this is the IP address, and connect to putty, and I don't remember the password though. Rajesh 123. Yeah, it worked. So this is the way. So this WSL is running in your laptop only, and you can enjoy whatever. You can use this command line here also, but here also, because I got habit of putty and all. So that is up to you. Okay. Now one thing which is important, and I want to tell you, let's say this is the file system. Okay, this is the file system, and you want to modify, because command line modification is a little irritating, right? So if you're using Visual Studio, okay, you can modify, you can write a code in Visual Studio, and that code will be written in Linux, and then you can use it. How? So there's one extension you have to install. I installed it already. that is called WSL. Okay. So see this one, WSL extension. Once you install it, then this extension in Visual Studio, then you get this one, Remote Explorer option enabled. And in the Remote Explorer, you can open up the file. You see, I'm browsing the Ubuntu right now, browsing the Ubuntu. And here you can browse any files. Okay, just Explorer, see here. So under the Explorer, you can browse this. So see under this user home, let me show you that. So where I am right now, home Rajesh. Inside that what we have, there is a one folder WSL policies. See here, it's a root folder. See here, uh, this is a sudo -s. It's a root folder actually. So Rajesh 123 cd. See here. So these are the files. I'm creating one file touch raju.txt. I created using Linux. Right now raju.txt, here it is. Now you see, refresh, you should see this file here. See, and you can modify this file here, okay, in the Visual Studio Code, and you can check it out in more raju.txt. See, so that way you can work in Windows and get the file in Linux. So this extension is very powerful, which will save lots of your time and get it done. Are you understanding, all of you?
Like in industry, like do we use WSL or putty only?
Both you can use it. See, WSL is handy for developers, but if you need lots of VM, different types of VM, let's say CentOS or other. So right now WSL is not supported. You see, when I type
Okay.
WSL in store, hold on, CentOS is not there. So what to do now? So you have to go and Alpine has come. So this is a new tool actually, which is
Oh,
being popular from last 1 year only.
okay.
So you can use both.
So
Okay, so this,
another, sorry, go
yeah.
ahead.
So this is how you can set up a lab environment. Okay, so you either use WSL for all of your needs or VMs. I would suggest you both you have it. You should be having minimum 16 GB RAM in your laptop, and i5 is okay. Mine is same actually, but I think I have not started my machine from last 4 5 days, so some issues there. So that's the reason the virtual machine did not work, I guess. Yeah, what is the question?
So yeah, um, you downloaded the WSL file, right? So after
Mhm.
that, you went to Microsoft
No,
Store and
downloaded means is through command line. Mind it, there's no download. You have to run this command to install WSL. After that, you have to go to store to run this one, install. So automatically it will come. So after command, WSL should come. After the store, the Ubuntu should come. See here. It will become an app for you.
okay. So first you need to set up WSL, and if you click on this Ubuntu directly, we can access the command prompt. Okay,
Yes, yes.
good, right?
Let me do
And no
one
need
thing.
to
Let
do,
me,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, go ahead.
So no need to do any setup like VM, right? So in VM, first we downloaded VM and then we added
Ha, ha.
CentOS OS. Yeah.
Huh, it's option. I'm saying both are
Hmm.
not compulsory. It's option. Let me do one thing. Let me stop my WSL and see if uh, if uh, if my VMs is creating, because sometime what happens. Um, just a second. I'm going to shut down my WSL because it was running in the background. So maybe it is WSL hyphen shutdown. Let me try to do this. WSL hyphen shut down. Enter. So I shut down my WSL so it will not consume. Now let me try quickly VirtualBox also, because that, if you see that, no, it'll be visualizations will be better. CentOS quickly, and next 4 GB minimum, next, next, next 8 GB, and go to setting, go to storage empty, CentOS 7, click OK and start. So hopefully, let's see. Close this guy, install CentOS 7, and it has a different issues. It's a my system issues only, so we have to reboot. No, it has come now. Okay, thankfully. So I think WSL, which was I was running in the background, which was creating a problem in terms of CPU allocations, because these are the CPU intensive application. So now it should be okay. So now it will give you all the widgets and all to install the operating system, and you have to set up a password. The only thing is, like, mouse will not work. Always you have to use keyboard. I repeat, keyboard with a tab to navigate carefully. Little bit patience required, but that should be okay. See here. So now I'm playing with the keyboard. Okay, it will not work. Mouse will not work. So here where I am, enter. Oh wait, quitting. No, continue. So you only keyword will work. So you have to repeat. Now you see here, installation destinations is required, and click installation destination. Don't try this one. What is a mouse will not work. Done. Just click here, done. That's all. Automatically begin installation will come, and press enter. I'm playing with the keyword and tab, mind it. And it's not begin installation. Done. Now here you have a root password. So tab, enter Rajesh 123. Little slow. Rajesh 123. Keyword you have to highlight properly. I'm not able to see that. Done. So I set the password. No. Done. Okay, sorry. Password is, I think, Rajesh. Not matching. 123. Now it's matching. Done. Okay. So now we'll take 5-10 minutes and then set up the stuff. So this is how you can do that. Same thing will happen on the 1.2 also. So you understood now, all of you?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
One question. So in the settings, we changed NAT to bridge, right? So you explained the concept of IP address being changed over Wi-Fi and the laptop, right? So we'll do some homework, but so my understood, right? So understanding is when we use NAT, there will be two different IP address. One IP address will be separate for laptop and the virtual machines, and there will be a separate IP address for Wi-Fi. That's the reason it will not connect.
No, two
Uh,
IP address means two Ethernet. Okay. Two
hmm,
IP two IP address means two Ethernet. You can do that one also. So if you go to
hmm,
the setting, go to setting. I was talking about only one network. So here
hmm.
what you can do, go to the network here, and here you can enable the second. As of now it's still setting up, no, so that's the reason
Uh,
it's not enabled. So here you can add adapter 1, means one network, adapter 2
hmm,
also, adapter 3 also. So also you can do that. So one, you can have it NAT adapter, two, you can have a bridge. That is the one you can have it. But I
Okay.
would suggest you take personal notes. This will be helpful for you all the time. Try to find out what is the difference between NAT, bridge, internal network, host only network, generic driver, NAT, and all. Mind it, this is not a virtual machine training. This is virtual machine related. This is the global topic, and anywhere you go, it will help you. So try to find out the difference between this and write notes on debug school, and then share that in the group. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So two things you have to. Anyways, I'll send you the formal assignment related to my tools, but some of the assignment I'm asking you to spend because you will have a better visibility on the DevOps. So one is disk type. Disk type means, let me show you. Take a
VHD.
note of it
Yeah.
here. This is the, what is the difference between VDI, VHD, and VMDK? Okay, that's one question. And what is the difference between that, those network type? This will help you a lot actually.
Okay. Yeah,
So
sure.
it'll take 15 minutes and get it done. So this is
Um,
how you will set up your laptop lab environment, and then everything, whatever I'll teach you, the tools and all, you will learn from here only. I mean, you'll do in here only.
yeah.
You can do the same thing on AWS also, but AWS again, if you get a same VM, mind it, you get a same VM. The only thing is that will be paid services.
Okay.
So you will have to pay for it every time you consume the VMs.
Yeah. The other question is, this WSL is only for Windows users, right? So let's say for
Huh.
Apple users, they have to rely only on the VMs.
VMs, yes. You have to install, if you're an Apple user, install the VirtualBox and do the same thing which I did it.
Okay.
I think
Well,
Apple performance in terms of VM is very good actually.
Hmm.
good morning, sir.
Yeah.
This is Nikashis. I joined the class late, so you were trying to install something. Can you please walk me through the stuff?
Yeah, so I was trying to install the VirtualBox initially and then WSL. So I think you have recordings. I guess you joined 1 hour late. So you'll have a recording. You can go through that. And if you get any doubts, I can help you with that.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so now the question is, this demo anyways I showed you, but how do we get the notes for this step-by-step tutorial? So here you have to come and type VirtualBox. Okay, and see here VirtualBox. This is my tutorial, and this is my tutorial. Yes. So how to create a Linux virtual machines using VirtualBox. So here you will have a step-by-step screenshot, which will help you. So this is the VM actually, and this is a screenshot here. See here, whatever I did, no, how to install VirtualBox, showed you the demo. Same thing actually, it's there. So this will help you if you get stuck. So this is the all the steps, and this is the VM video. Anyways, I'll share with you. That is one thing. Second thing, WSL. Let me put that in the notes actually. Okay, this is a notes, and this is the one more. Now WSL. So all these commands you will find it here. Type WSL, and few tutorials I've written. List of command for WSL if you're interested. But this is something which you should do. Run Linux on Windows with WSLs. So here, these are the two versions. WSL2 we are using. How to install it, I talked about it. And then after that, go to the Play Store and configure it. So this is something which you can do that. Play Store. Sorry, not Play Store. What is this? Microsoft Store, no? Ah, so here, this one. So this one, you have to do that. Okay, and after that use it. So whichever you feel comfortable, you can do that. Any questions on this front?
So one last question. So in the real-time process, right? So let's say I'm talking only about Microsoft users, Windows users. So
Mm-hmm.
I believe they will be using WSL. They might be migrated from VMs to WSL, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So all of you must be having the labs, okay, set up in your local laptop, okay. And if you're not having it, because tools training once it gets started, no, then we'll not teach you how to set up a lab, because you should be having the lab in advance ready. So at least you have a 212 and or one WSL, 212 VM or one WSL that should be ready in your laptop, and keep this environment ready. And next session onwards, only tools will be taught, how to use this, that, and all kind of things. So please be ready with the lab setup. Anyone will have any questions, please put it in the WhatsApp group, and then we'll help you with it.
Sir, I'm not able to log into the LMS to watch
You
the
will not.
video.
I have not given you access because there should be some recordings, no? So I got the 2 recordings now. So I will
Okay.
upload it and then give you the access for it.
And
This conference will now be recorded.
So VM got ready. Now I'm using it. I power it off, transfer the network to NAT to bridge, and now I will get IP address. How do we get IP address? So start the running the VM. Oh, it's taken again. Okay, maybe I power off very early, so it's taken the installations again. Okay, so that is the stuff wrong thing I did. Shut down early actually without seeing the completion message. Anyways, so any other questions?
Have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.